Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Bytes. Obi-Wan here. Got quite an exciting one for you today. A very interesting speculative play on Binance Smart Chain. It's called Upbnb. Upbnb is from the creators of Rootkit Finance. For those who don't know, Rootkit Finance is a token on Ethereum Smart Chain. It went from $500 to about 14k at all-time highs, about 25x I think, and it was a really kind of cool project. So this project is, the dev is called Professor Ponzo or something. He's really clever guy, and really clever team. So basically what they did is they we call it Pumpanomics, right? They designed this coin to have like a really pumpable tokenomics. So there's a increasing price floor, and a couple of other things. It's like deflationary and stuff like that. Really cool platform, but basically that's the nature of Root Finance. I think the main innovation is the transfer bridge. So every token has LP, right? LP is liquidity pool. Liquidity pool is kind of a pool of tokens that facilitates trade. So it's normally half the token. So in this case, half Root and then half Ethereum, because this is on Ethereum network, which means that basically you always be able to trade Rootkit Finance tokens for Ethereum tokens and back and forth. That's why we use Uniswap for Ethereum projects, right? Because Uniswap is based on Ethereum. You can only swap everything. You can only swap something for Ethereum or Ethereum for something else. So the liquidity pool has an equation that basically calculates based on the buying and selling in that liquidity pool, the equation or the price of the token. And so that's how you drive price movement. So if you buy up all the tokens of Rootkit in the liquidity pool, it will kind of keep on calculating a higher, infinitely higher price for Rootkit token until people start selling and balancing it out. So that's how it works. These guys at Rootkit Finance basically found a way to like double spend the Ethereum side of the liquidity pool. So basically they created their own like wrapped ETH version of ETH, and so that way they can have the ETH locked in the liquidity pool forever, which creates their rising price floor. And then they could also have ETH in the vault, and that vault they use for buybacks. So they're constantly permanently increasing the price floor via buybacks from the vault. So some quite complex stuff. It's quite it's quite complex, but it's genius how they've done it. And this coin is performing really well, and it's still doing really well. So about 7.7k right now. So that's what we like to see, guys. Longevity. So an example of this kind of liquidity pool antics is what happened with Truebit when Truebit dumped. Remember, this is because one guy who bought early made his tokens into LP tokens, liquidity pool tokens, and then he took out his liquidity and then dumped all his tokens, which caused a large price impact. Yeah, because not only has he taken out liquidity and reduced the size of the liquidity pool by a lot, he's also then sold off all his assets at the same time, which caused a large price impact, because the equation would have calculated, minus, quite a large price impact based on that. And for those of you that invest in micro caps, you'll see the same thing happening, right? If you invest in a token that's worth like 40k and you put in $100, it will say you have a price impact of like 7%, and you're thinking, hold on, $100 isn't 7% of 40k. But that's not the point. The point is that the liquidity pool is way smaller than that, and relative to the liquidity pool, the equation will kind of calculate that you have a large price impact relative to the liquidity pool. So that's how liquidity pool works. Another project from that same team is the Unifund project. Unifund is a decentralized mutual fund. So basically anyone can make a fund and get people to invest in it, put money in it, and then trade on their behalf. And then the performance of these funds are kind of tracked, and you are insured against the loss of these funds by holding Unifund tokens. So the fund manager has to hold a certain amount of Unifund tokens or iFund tokens to insure against the loss of his funds. So it limits, so if you don't have enough iFunds, it limits iFund tokens, it limits the size of the fund that you can create on here, and the size of, obviously then the amount of money that that fund can hold. So it was a really interesting idea, really cool project. A lot of development still going on in this project. This is all new. This wasn't there a month ago. But essentially I felt like this project was a bit too early. It was just one of those ideas that was a bit too kind of early for, at the time. I still think there's a lot of development that can still go on, and it's probably going to do well in the future. But I sold off a while ago because, yeah, it was just a bit too kind of early for that kind of idea in crypto at the time. So the main idea of this was that like big YouTube influencers would kind of catch on to it and get their followers to invest in a mutual fund on behalf of their YouTube channel, and then that would drive price action and they'll do really well. That was the idea. But yeah, it just didn't really catch on. But it was a really high quality project, and I want you guys to take note of the quality of this project. That's the point, because that's how we judge these teams and their output. So that's Unifund, and now we have Upbnb from the Rootkit Finance team. So Upbnb is basically Rootkit, but instead of on the Ethereum network, is based on BNB, so it's on the Binance Smart Chain network. And yeah, they kind of evolved some of the mechanics of Rootkit and improved on it to make even more efficient, even more pumpable token. So instead of a vesting period for the initial launch of the token, they have a dynamic taxation, and they've got some other kind of updates to the mechanics that make this even more lucrative and pumpable token. So that is Upbnb. This project looks really cool. I got in at 3.2, so I thought it would hold support at this point, but it didn't. It broke through support, and it's now kind of at a second support, which is in hindsight is obvious, because this is an Elliott wave, so it's 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 waves, 60% pullback, and that's kind of what we have. But you can't time the market sometimes these things run even more, but that's how it is. So this is a great entry, and that's why I thought I'd bring this to you guys, because I think it's really an innovative project, and I'm pretty sure this is going to run hard. I'm very sure this will go the same way that Rootkit Finance went. So I'm going to be holding this for a couple of months, because guys, do take note, this took a while to run. It was out for maybe two months before it started showing some serious price action, and so we're super early. We're in like this area of Rootkit Finance for Upbnb. So I'll be holding my bag for a while. And so that's what I want to say. Yeah, Upbnb looks like a really interesting project. I'll show you the website, but there isn't too much in the website. They had a market generation event where they generated funds for the vault. So the vault for this is in the millions of dollars. They've got millions in the vault, and they do random buybacks to increase the price floor, just like they did with Rootkit Finance, except they've got way more money now. So that's great, and they do the buybacks at random points, so no one can game the system. Also, the devs have confirmed that this will be benefiting from liquidity bridge from Rootkit Finance, a bigger project. So funds from this will also be directly supporting the Upbnb price, which is a big deal. They are kind of creating an ecosystem. But yeah, that is pretty sick, guys. So I'm pretty excited to see where this one goes, but I see this hitting $20, $50 and beyond. That's what I think is very, very likely. And so I'll be hodling comfily until that happens. Guys, I do think that these kind of speculative plays are going to be the kind of projects that I think will see some good kind of capital flow into them in the next kind of wave of pumps, just because I think people are getting tired of those kind of meme coins and the community run meme coins kind of stuff. I think people are getting tired of that, so I think people are going to start looking for more kind of sophisticated runs, along with the legit projects like Jupiter and Coinos and all those kind of more kind of legit projects, Truebit, etc. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be one of those front runners. Another one of those front runners I think will be Pcat. Pcat, for those of you that don't know, is a meme token that generates Ethereum as dividends. So when you hold the meme token, just by holding it, you generate Ethereum in dividends. So that's pretty cool. Ethereum is one of the most valuable cryptocurrencies right now. So to be generating like hard cash in this form of Ethereum is quite cool. Another thing I love about Pcat is that the developer is doxed. He's a public facing guy, a public facing team. Great plans. He's got a string of kind of successful projects on Ethereum, so he knows what he's doing, and the project is shaping up to be really, really kind of promising right now. So it's at like a 2 or 3 million market cap right now. Let's look at the chart for that one. Yeah, it's broken support, which sucks for me because I bought around here, but that's fine for you guys. This is the best entry possible. So 2.3 million. Yeah, great entry. And I think there's a lot of good things coming for this project. So I think this will definitely recover. But guys, you've got to pay notice that when people do this kind of meme stuff and they have a team with a great kind of reputation, innovative kind of idea or mechanics added to it, and a first move advantage, you pay attention, because these are the ones that run hard. Yeah, SafeMoon and all those kind of projects were big because they were some of the first projects to do that, and then since then we have so many forks of SafeMoon, etc. So Pcat is one of those first movers. So I will be holding and waiting patiently for this to go where I think it belongs. But yeah, I really like the idea of you know, earning dividends in Ethereum, hard Ethereum, just by holding this meme token. And as people kind of pile into this, those dividends will only grow because you'll be earning more and more as the token value increases. And so yeah, Pcat version 3. Watch my last video on this if you aren't familiar with the project. There is an AMA link in that video as well, so you can hear how the dev speaks and kind of what he's got planned for the project. But Pcat and Upbnb are some of the speculative plays that I think will kind of have a lot of capital flowing into them when BNB pumps inevitably to that 1k level and then starts kind of consolidating. I think a lot of those funds are going to come into Upbnb. I mean, Upbnb is going to be correlated with BNB price anyway, because the price floor is going to be based on BNB. So this is, to me, it's just definitely going to pump, and Pcat I think is also definitely going to pump. Doge is still pumping. I think that meme season is not over and done with yet. So I think Pcat's a good trade. So I just wanted to bring these two projects to you guys because they're a solid prices right now. Then good pullbacks, and I think this the good entry points. And so that's what Crypto Bytes channel is about. I tell you about these projects when it's a good investment, and we see where they go. This is all speculative, guys. These are projects I have a lot of faith in because of my research and my network. But it is crypto, and things don't always go as planned. But just to let you guys know, I do have position in both of these projects. I did buy higher though. I bought this here, around this price, and I bought this one about 3.2. So I do have positions in this, and I'll be holding them for weeks, a couple of weeks, quite comfortably, because I believe that they will be valued at much higher eventually in the medium term. And so we'll see how that goes. But I wanted to bring these two to you guys, Upbnb and Pcat we've already talked about. And I think that's it for this video, guys. All right, stay safe out there. Peace.